If you've clicked on this video, you're interested in beginner nutrition and either how to lose or gain weight. You've gone online, there's lots of confusing jargon, lots of people with different opinions firing words at you, saying things like you shouldn't eat eggs or you shouldn't drink milk or all this kind of stuff. This is not what this video is about. This video is about teaching you the basics of nutrition, teaching you some of the loopholes, some of the strategies that we utilize for our clients here at Unbound Athletic to get results in their training. Hi, I'm Tyler from Unbound Athletic, and let's go on a journey into your beginner nutrition. Let's start off with just a couple of quick guides. The three main things I like looking at with clients is calories, quality, and consistency. I believe that these will achieve about 90% of the results without any actual effort putting into the diet. These also clear up a lot of the confusion as far as what's needed to be applied to yourself and your daily lifestyle to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Let's take a look at it. Calories is number one. Calories is definitely, for many people, one of the most important things to keep in mind. The reason being is basically like to think of ourselves like a bank account. If we put in more money than we earn, sorry, that makes no sense. If we put more money in than we spend, we're going to be in a surplus. So we're going to gain a bank account. We're going to make savings, in this case, fat. If we put in just as much as we spend, we're going to be at baseline. Our bank account won't change. The tax man won't come after us. If we're in a deficit, however, and we are constantly losing money, we either need to get a loan or we have to get rid of something, sell something. In our case, body fat, if we're doing it correctly. That's the basis of calories. Could not be any more simple. So if you eat more than you burn, then you're going to put on weight. If you eat less than you burn, then you're going to lose weight. Obviously, there are things like diet fatigue. There's people with issues with their metabolism, thyroid stuff, and I get all that. But from the basis, from the least confusing way possible, you eat more than you burn, you eat less than you burn, you're going to gain or lose weight. How much calories should you consume based on your body weight? That's a good question. Everyone's going to be different. I've used a macro calculator that we have available on our website, Unbound Athletic. It's free. You can just chuck in your details. I'm 85 kilos, 171 centimeters, and I'm relatively active. I'm looking for a maintenance diet, and it gave me how many calories I should consume, my protein, my carbohydrates, and my fat. Now, if you're looking at this and being like, crap, this guy's 85 kilos, and he's consuming 2,750 calories per day, and I'm 100 kilos, and I'm consuming 2,000 calories per day, then there's a little bit of a disparity. If you're bigger than me and you're relatively similar in activity, then in a lot of cases, unless you have no muscle mass whatsoever, you should be consuming at least as much, if not more than what I'm consuming. And then vice versa. If you're much smaller than me and you're less active, maybe less muscle mass, and you're eating this much, then there's also potentially some sort of problem you should identify. In those cases, look for some help as far as an expert. We have a nutritionist here, Nissa, she's amazing. But that's a good guideline. So I would do the nutrition calculator to get an idea of where you're at. You can use apps like MyFitnessPal, which are free, which you can enter in, some of these details and then gives you an idea of roughly what you're eating. Do I suggest you should track every day? No, I think that's a little bit obsessive, depending on what personality type you are. If you're someone who likes seeing numbers, measuring and improving, 100% go for it. Track all you want. However, if you're someone who kind of hates the idea of it, doesn't want to pull their phone out and scan freaking barcodes all the time, track 1 day a week, 1 day a fortnight. If you eat the same food all the time, you only really need to track once unless you are changing measurements. You're looking at increasing or decreasing calories, or you're a bodybuilder. Otherwise, you don't really need to do it all the time unless you are someone who's paranoid or obsessed. Quality is a good point. Quality is the old bodybuilding style of if it fits your macros, can be utilized in some circumstances, but a lot of the case, the quality of food is then just abused. You're eating Maccas, you're drinking Coke, you're swapping down milkshakes and smashing donuts. And because it fits your calories, because you're getting enough calories in, you're still burning weight or you're still putting on, gaining weight depending on what your goal is, and the old dirty bulk idea. It's not necessarily the greatest thing for your organs, your lungs, your heart, your brain, and it's not going to give you the most long-lasting results. If longevity is your goal and it's living night to night and kicking ass and running marathons, then eating like dog shit is probably not the way to go. Quality foods, we all know what they are. I don't need to spell it out. Obviously, your lean meats, your nuts and seeds, your vegetables, your fruit, your starchy carbohydrates, dairy, fish, all that stuff. If you have certain restrictions, like you're vegetarian, you eat a Mediterranean diet, you have certain religious stuff, obviously you can filter out the things you don't have and look at prioritizing the things you do. But the main thing is with every meal, you want some form of source of protein. You want to be making sure you're getting enough fiber in your diet as well. Fiber is super important to make sure you stay satiated, and it can also just make sure that you're not having to eat so much of a certain item of food. For example, packet of crisps, even though, maybe 500 calories, won't be as filling as something like 500 calories worth of oats. The fiber content in the oats is a lot, and I always like to say to people, try eating 2 mangoes back to back. It is 100% the hardest thing you'll ever do. Whereas you can down easily two full bottles of juice and have no struggle, because the fiber has been extracted from that. You're not getting that fiber content. So keeping that in mind, I always say a lot of the time to some of my clients, even talking to one of them today, about, if he feels really, really, really hungry, but he's like almost at his calories or he's over his calories, what should he do? Just eat a piece of fruit. Even if you go slightly over, like it's not the end of the world, you're also stopping yourself from doing something a little bit more silly and going off the rails. It can be a good strategy to use in your food journey. Finally is consistency. It's one of the most important. What I've drawn on this screen is a week of meals and how it looks for the most average people out there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're on track, we're kicking ass, we're eating healthy all day, meal prep, we're at home, vegetables, meat, you've got carbohydrates like potato and stuff on your plate, you're kicking ass. Gets to Friday night, we go out with the girls, we go out with the boys to the bar, we have a few drinks, we get a kebab on the way home. Saturday morning, we sleep through the day, wake up, we go to Dirty Bird KFC, we get some more food, we miss afternoon tea because it made us feel a little bit queasy, and then we go out again, we go out with the family, or we go to the mum's house, she cooks us a nice dinner, it's huge, it's yummy. Get to Saturday, we go out for breakfast with the in-laws, or we go out with our partner, or we go with the dog for a walk, we get a coffee, a bagel, we get a croissant. You can see how it compounds. It all goes downhill, and then you're trying to recover yourself and move back into the next week. We've had 25 out of 35 good meals. Doesn't mean you can't have bad meals here and there, but if I was to adjust it to make sure that you have 32 out of 35 meals, it'd look something like this. So all we've done there is we've just made a quick adjustment to how that week looks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you've done well. Friday comes Friday night, you go out with the girls, you still have a bad meal, doesn't matter too much. Your next meal has to be good. You eat something bad, your next meal has to be good. You've not just negated that bad meal. One of my clients told me he had a whole white velvet cake, which was 2,000 calories. That's a bit crazy, but it's one of those things where, like, you have a bad meal, have a good meal. It's a mental game. It's a game of consistency. If you slip up, that's okay. Or if you go out and you want to be social, you want to try the donut, do it. Fucking do it. Like, you're a person. You need to live your life, not be so restricted by the calorie calculator and what it's telling you. But at the same time, eat a bad meal, then eat some good meals. Get back on track. Keep that consistency going. You go out for lunch, then with the in-laws, that's okay. Afternoon tea is a good afternoon snack. You have a granola bowl, you have fruit, you have steak and chips and vegetables, something nice. We go that through to the Sunday morning. We go out for an eggs Benedict, a bagel. Awesome, no worries. Afternoon tea, morning tea is good. Lunch is good. Afternoon tea is good. Dinner is good. Get that consistency going, because that's going to be one of the biggest driver of results is consistency, sticking to it. 32 out of 35 good meals, maintaining the correct amount of calories depending on our goal, and eating quality foods. Your nutrition is going to be sorted. It's going to be one of the easiest things ever. Cool. If you've got any questions, please comment down below. Be sure to check out that link to our macro calculator. It's on our Unbound Athletic website. If you want to try some nutrition coaching, please send us a message, a nutritionist, Anissa. She can reach out to you. She's got a wealth of knowledge well beyond mine for advanced nutrition to help you achieve your goals faster. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you on the next one.